What's up guys, welcome back or welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Jade, and unlike every other video we do, I actually have a topic for this video. If you live in 2025, you're probably aware of what book talk is. If you're not, go look it up. I'll give you a second. Go ahead, pause it. Okay, now that you know what that is, book talk, book suggestions, all that stuff. Guys, I'm part of this generation. I know what it is and I use it. Book recommendations and all that kind of stuff because I just love reading. I really do. So, yeah. Today's video topic is basically my review on the books that I have been reading, the book I am reading, and the books I'm going to be reading. I'm going to try and do this basically every time I have a new batch of books that I've read, like several. Like here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 books that I have already read. And then several books, like 6 of them that I want to read that I'm coming in the library, and then the one that I am reading right now. So we're just going to jump right into it. We're going to start off first by the books I have read. So I'll go ahead and give you the titles. I can't tell if I'm too low or not. That can either be like here. Whatever. Come on guys. Alright, so I use the library because I'm broke, so I can't just buy books. The last book I have read is this, The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I was very skeptical? There we go. When I first ordered this book, it was a very highly recommended book, but I'm like, is it gonna be good? I don't really know. Alright, it's about fairies. Fairies? Come on. I completely changed my mind. This is one of the best books I've ever read and probably ever will read. I was thoroughly shocked. You know, there's so many plot twists in this book. It leaves you... I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. Whoa! You didn't see that. Oh my gosh. My Star Wars poster. For real? Oh well. Accidents happen. I'm not going to cut it out. You know why? Because in this channel, we're all about real life. Real life. Things happen. Anyway. Yeah. So that was this book. This book was really, really good. You know, I'm so confused. I'm like, I was on Jude's side through this much of the book. I was completely on Jude's side 100%. And about till here, I absolutely hated Carden with a passion. I did not like him at all. He was a bully. And then we have this part of the book. Spoilers, so if you haven't read this book, I'm sorry. I'm not going to tell you to skip because you have no idea when I'm going to move on to the next book. Anyway, I'll try to keep the spoilers minimum. When Jude, spoiler alert, I'll put a flash on the screen. Mute me right now, and then I'll put a flash on the screen when the spoiler alert's over. When Jude kidnaps Carden, I was like thrown off because I didn't understand. Like, I had a set idea what was going to happen, predicting the end. I'm one of those people that predicts the ends of movies and whatnot. But when she did that, I was like, what? I was so confused. Because why would she do that? Why did she kidnap him? And then I'm like, alright, I can go with her plan. And then once she starts to, like, kind of like him, I'm like, what? And then when she betrays him, I'm truly shocked. Because, you know, he didn't want to be king. And now he is. And that she should feel horrible, and I'm mad at her for doing that to him. But it's the last page that truly it left me speechless. I literally was like, what did I just read? I'm like, oh no. Anyway, it's a really, really good book. I totally recommend it. It's so good. And I have ordered the second one at the library, and it's just absolutely fantastic. This is definitely a series I will be buying for myself in the future. I don't know what to do. It left me speechless for sure. Okay? Anyway, that's the last book I read. I literally finished it last night. The book before that, which I finished a few days ago, about a week ago, is this. Louis L'Amour, Down the Long Hills, a novel. This book was given to me by somebody at church. This is not a book I would pick up on my own. This is just not something I would read. But because he gave it to me, I'm like, I know he's going to ask me about it. And so I read it. And it was really, 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 really good. Really, really, really good. I liked it a lot. The ending, I think because I was reading books like this, you know, the endings are all kind of similar in a way. Anyway, I read books like this, and I'm like, they have a kind of certain writing to them, and then I read a book that's almost completely opposite, and I'm like, the ending is so weird. It's not bad, it was a good ending, I just expected more at the ending. But it was, I really, really liked it. It's a very good book. I recommend it, even if you're not into it. It's kind of like a Western survival fiction story. I don't know what year it's set in. 1848 in the Wyoming Territory. Yeah. It was really good. I recommend you read it. And it's really short, guys. Come on. It's really, really short. And it was... I'm definitely going to read it again. I'm a very, very big fantasy, romantasy, and romance reader. I'm into that. It's what I read. And so this is nothing of the sort. It's about a 7-year-old boy, Hardy Collins, and a 3-year-old Betty Sue Powell manage to survive an Indian raiding, and they have to survive through the wilderness with an Indian hunting them, 2 really bad guys hunting them, and his father trying to find him. You know, it's about this 7-year-old boy keeping this 3-year-old and himself alive in the dead of like winter in Wyoming. It's terrible. What happened to them, but the story was so good. So I really like it. I suggest go read it. It's very good in my opinion. Okay, so that was the last 2 books I read, and before that I read You Reach Sam by Dustin Theo. That book, guys, that thing left me heartbroken and so complete at the same time. Like, it was the best and saddest book ever. I cried in almost every chapter, and I'm not... Stuff doesn't make me sad, you know, characters and whatnot dying in TV shows do. But other than that, like, in real life, those kind of things don't make me sad, people dying. Some people call me cold, some people call me sociopathic. That's fine. I don't think I'm either of those. But I get really attached to fictional characters. When they die, it makes me really sad. In this book, the characters didn't, there was no like reading death, but he had already died. One of the main characters had already died, and it was about, you know, his girlfriend trying to reach him through this cell phone, and he can contact her through this phone call from the other side. And it was just, it was so sad and so good, and it's definitely a book I'll remember for a very long time, and I will definitely reread it. It was so I loved it. Five stars for sure. So good. The Cruel Prince, I forgot to mention, I gave 4.5 stars. There was one aspect about it I didn't like, but that was my own personal morals that I just didn't like it. But it was only like 2 chapters, so I don't care. It was a really good book regardless. But REVEIW Sam was so good, and I love it. I totally recommend. It was another one that I heard about from the book talk thing, and it was wonderful. So yeah, that's REVEIW Sam. Totally recommend. Go read it. Another book that will be on my bookshelf at some point. The next, I'm gonna save those for the last, I think. So, another book I read was The Selection by Kara Cass. Here's the pop-up of it. I didn't like it. In fact, I didn't even rate it on my... No, I did. I'll rate it 2 stars. Hang on. Hang on. Oh. I didn't hate it. I didn't like it. It wasn't me. It wasn't cool in my opinion. I didn't care for it. It wasn't bad writing. It wasn't my story, I guess. I thought I'd like it because I've read online stories very similar to The Selection. It just wasn't me, you know. I just didn't like this book. I did read it all the way through, but I kind of forced myself to read it. It wasn't something I was looking forward to. So it wasn't my thing. You know, each to their own, I guess, but I just didn't care for it. Anyway, it might be good for some people. I didn't care for it. I'm not going to go over the story, but it was alright. The book before that was the Daughter of the Pirate King series. I read the first 2 books. I won't read the third one because the third one's not really pertaining to the story in my opinion. Daughter of the Pirate King, I absolutely 100% love. I own the book now, actually. I got it for Christmas. I loved it so much. It's just awesome. The first book truly was amazing. The second book, no offense, Trisha Levenseller, but you dropped the ball, in my opinion. You know, they kind of, with the Daughter of the Pirate King, we were very focused on the 2 protagonists. Alosa, who was the daughter of the Pirate King, and a second ship's mate on the ship she was spying on, the second mate, Raiden. It was all about their romance and their banter, and I love the banter, okay? When the bantering is bantering, it's my favorite. They weren't exactly enemies to lovers. I'm not a big enemies to lovers person. They were more like, you know, she's the captive, he's the captor, you know, but there's this game of cat and mouse. They were really into it, okay guys? It was really good. I loved it. 5 stars. The second one, we kind of lost the Raiden and Alosa storyline, and we focused more just on Alosa. The second one was called Daughter of the Siren Queen. I didn't like it. I won't be reading it again, and I probably won't own it. I didn't like it. They focused, for my personal opinion, they focused too much on Alosa and her mother and her heritage and the siren part of her, and not enough on completing Alosa and Raiden's relationship. She kind of left it blank at the end, you know. They didn't really make up because he was mad at her from the ending of the second book, but we didn't know that until we started reading, from the ending of the first book, but we didn't know that until we started reading the second book. That doesn't make any sense, but oh well. If you're reading the story for Alosa, you'll love the second book. I was reading it for Alosa and Raiden. I didn't like the second book because there wasn't enough Alosa and Raiden. The banter was gone, really. It was mostly gone, and it was more of, the roles were reversed but more tense. Like, she was his captor and he was her captive. and it was a much more intense relationship instead of a playful, bantering one. The book overall was good, but it didn't sell it for me for the reason I was reading it. I jumped to the second one as fast as I could because I wanted to know what happened with the Losa and Raiden. I didn't get it. Like, obviously he's in it, and obviously they have that interaction still, but it derived from the thought of the first book with their romance. The romance kind of just fell off the trails a little bit, and it focused on Losa and her story specifically. I don't know. It was good, you know, I gave it 4 stars, but it wasn't what I was looking for. Moving on, because we are running out of time. No Exit. A novel by Taylor Adams. It was the one and only book I have ever put down and not finished reading. I didn't like it, and it's just my personal opinion. No one get mad at me. I only started to read it because my great aunt and my once removed cousin, I think, they really love it. I didn't like it. It was heavy in the cursing. And it's not my kind of book, you know, I'm not a thriller person. I gave it 1 star. I didn't like it, and maybe that's unfair since I didn't finish the book. I only got about that far in, and it's probably about that thick of a book. And I didn't like it, okay? It was my personal opinion. I didn't like it. You might, I didn't. Like I said, there was cursing in it, and with the fantasy books I read, we immediately start into the story, and then while we're going through the story, we kind of get the information on how to get to that point, how we got to the point, and that's what I really like. You know, we immediately start off with the action, and then while we're going through our storyline, we're weaving in some of the how we got up to this point, the background story. And I really like that style of writing, because it gets us straight to the good and juicy parts of the book while also giving us the information we need. No Exit didn't do that. They started at the beginning of the backstory, and in the middle of the book, that's when they're starting to get to the actual, like, story, the one that's on the back of the cover. So, didn't care for it, not going to read it, not going to finish reading it. Again, it's the one book I didn't finish reading. I won't do it again. Next one, The Bodyguard by Catherine Center. I didn't like that one either. I gave that one 2.5 stars. That one is totally overhyped. Everyone is raging about how good it is. I didn't like it. What did I say about it? I forget what it's about. I didn't really like this book. I got bored, and I felt the main character was one of an overused trope. This is also coming from someone who mostly reads fantasy and sci-fi, so maybe I'm just biased. I would not recommend this book to someone who likes those. I wanted to see way more action I got for what this book actually is. It's not horrible. The writing was clear and mostly clean, so kudos to Catherine, the writer. That was my word for word review on it that I left on the review. It was exactly that. You know, it didn't do for me what the fantasy books do for me, and that's okay because I'm a fantasy reader. I'm not that kind of book reader. So I'm getting the feeling I'm not gonna be like super into books like that, and that's okay. You know, that's okay. Alright, now my favorite book series of the whole world. Okay? No one can convince me otherwise. I know that was loud and it was really in your face, but I love this book series. Powerless by Lauren Roberts. Ah! I love it. 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 It was so important. So important to me. I love it. Reckless, not as good as Powerless, but still absolutely 5 stars, 10 out of 10. Chef Kiss, I love it. I need to get the 3rd book, alright? Fearless just released this month, it's April. It's absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal! I need it. It was so good. I need the 3rd book, like I said. I'm waiting, alright? I'm number 52 on the library to get it. It's so good. So good. I love this series. My favorite. Kai and Peyton are the bantering of banters, the knife through the throat, everything. It's fantastic. Ugh. I live for that book, okay? That's not true, okay? I live for Jesus Christ. But, come on. This book, this series, Lauren Roberts, you are my favorite author ever, because it used to be Judy Blume until I read Lauren Roberts. I just love it. You know, and the ending of Reckless, it left me so almost gutted, because I'm like, no! The Beast does get the beauty! Alright? He has to. I swear. If he dies, or something doesn't, they don't get their happy ever after at the end of Fearless, I'll find you, Lauren. I'm kidding, I'm so kidding, I promise. Okay, I can get canceled for that. No. So good, so good. Chef Kiss, I love it. Amazing. Okay? Can you tell I like the book? I need this book series. I need it for my birthday. My birthday's in like a month and a half. I'll be 16. I need this book. I'm going to tell my great aunt because she loves giving books to people. I need it. That was all the books that I read this year. Not the books I read this year. This is back the books I read over the last couple months. Oh, and Shatter Me. I read Shatter Me. I forgot about that. I completely forgot about Shatter Me. My bad, guys. Yes, I read Shatter Me. It was really good. This is Shatter Me. I'm not going to read it. Okay, I said it was really good. It was good, but I'm not going to read any of the other books because I didn't like it that much. It was good, but it wasn't good. It wasn't Powerless, I'll tell you that. I won't be reading any more of it. I won't buy Shatter Me. Everyone's in love with Alex Warren. Not Alex Warren. Just Warren. My head had the Ordinary by Alex Warren. Anyway. I have to reread the books. I think I missed something because everyone's like, oh my gosh, he's died for. Maybe it's because he's in the second book, the third book, and all that. I was really rooting for Adam, actually. Anyway. Shatter Me was good, but it wasn't my favorite. K.R. Alexander is one of my favorite authors, too. He's, the horror book reader, but he did the collection. Really good. I'm not going to get into him because that was a while ago. So over the last few months, those are the books I've read. Let's get to... Woo! So, the book I'm currently reading, or about to start reading tonight, is called Cinder from the Lunar Chronicles. I've heard a lot about this. This is actually my book now. I haven't read it yet, and I'm very much so looking forward to it. I think it's going to be very good. It's a play-off of these Disney stories. So this one's about Cinderella. The next one, Scarlet, is about Little Red Riding Hood. I don't know about the other ones. But I'm very much so looking forward to this. And I will let you guys know in the next episode of our book series what it's about. And it's really good, you know, from what I've heard. And I'm really, really excited. I can't wait to read this tonight, or at least start tonight. I'm probably not going to finish it tonight. I'm kind of rushing at this point, as you can see. I'm going to slow down. This is already turning into a 40-minute long video. My bad. Also, I sometimes dabble in these kind of books. This is the Love Poems of Lord Byron, and this is a guide to familiar Latin quotes and phrases. I am interested in those kind of things from time to time, so I'll just be filtering through these every once in a while. So yeah, just that. Books I'm going to be reading, and we will review these next time. Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. I've heard a lot about it. It's already in transit. I'm looking forward to it. So I'm hoping it's going to be good. I've heard, like I said, a lot about it, so I'm going to read that one next. Assistant to the Villain. I've heard a lot about that one. Apparently it's very, very good as well. And I love when the villain gets a girl because, you know what? The hero will burn you to save the world, but the villain will burn the world to save you, and I absolutely love that. That's the kind of romance every girl deserves. It's amazing, that trope, and so I'm really looking forward to that. I don't know anything other than that about it, but I'm hoping it'll be good. The Wicked King, which is the second to The Cruel Prince. I'm really, really looking forward to that. Is my camera still recording? It is. Very, very much so looking forward to that. It better be good. I need it. I need it. Okay? So I'm number 5 on 3 copies. I'm very much so looking forward to all this. Expires on April 29th, 2027. What the heck is going to be in 2027? Okay. Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. I'm number 6 on 4 copies. I'm hoping that'll be a good book too. It sounds like it will be. I've heard a lot about that one from Book Talk as well. I don't know anything about it, but Jax and whatnot, the nicknames, so that's what drew me to it. Gonna read that. Gonna look forward to that. Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. Anyway, I've heard a lot about that one as well. It's kind of Hunger Games-ish, if I'm not mistaken. Assassins and all that. I love assassin stuff. So, hopefully that will be very good. Fearless, like I said, I'm number 51 on 10 copies. I'm going to have to wait forever. Forever. It makes me so sad. Because it's still on order. They don't even have it yet. Anyway, those are the books I'm going to be reading. Divine Rivals, Assistant to the Villain, The Wicked King, Once Upon a Broken Heart, Throne of Glass, and Fearless is still going to be a while yet. So yeah. And Cinder, and if I really, really like this book, then I'll probably order Scarlet. I think that one's going to be even better than Cinder. So, yeah, guys, that's that. I kind of rushed through that, like I said. Divine Rivals is in transit, so I'm excited. That's 6 books, plus the one I'm already reading. I'm going to start reading tonight. Yeah, so that's that. These episodes are going to be a bit longer because we're starting a new book series kind of thing. Go read, 10 out of 10 recommend. Go read, 9 out of 10 recommend. 11 out of 10 for Powerless, 11 out of 10 for Reckless, 10 out of 10 for Goovich Sam. The other ones, 10 out of 10 for The Daughter of the Pirate King. Totally fantastic. I love all those. They're all very, very, very good books. Go read some of these. They're really, really good. You won't regret it. And so that's just my take on the books, and I guess we will just make this an ongoing series as I read books. And I'm not a very, I'm sort of a fast reader, but I'm really bad about stopping and then not finishing a book for like 2 weeks. This book for the library is 2 months overdue. 2 months overdue. But in my defense, a family member had surgery and I can't drive, so I couldn't get it back. But I just finished it last night. Because I'll stop in the middle of the book and then I could procrastinate, okay? The triplets draw me in, okay? I'm binge watching their videos over and over again. And they're on tour, and tour is ending. The surprises were so good. They were so good. I loved them. Tattoos, oh yeah, so good. Matt getting out of his comfort zone with the hot air balloon, awesome. Okay, all of it, awesome, awesome, awesome. Go subscribe to them, fantastic. If you don't know who I'm talking about, go to my shorts. You'll see edits of them everywhere. I make a lot of edits of them because I admire them, and I wouldn't be doing YouTube if it wasn't them who inspired me to finally buckle down and do it. So I owe a lot to them, and I hope to meet them someday on maybe another tour. I'm hoping I can go on their next tour if they have another one. I'm really, really, really hoping. It would be awesome if I could. So yeah. Anyway, we're not here to talk about them. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know what you think about these books. And hey, leave book recommendations in the comments, guys. Alright, I want book recommendations. I'm a fantasy reader, a romance reader. I kind of like suspense-ish thriller stuff. More suspense. I like stuff that leaves you on the edge of your seat and that are fast-paced. I don't like the slow books. No offense. But I just don't care for them. Let's get into the juicy parts of the story. So, leave your recommendations. I know A Court of Thorns and Roses. I had that one ordered at one point, but it canceled. So I will do it next time. I will read that in the future. Why are we listening to so much? There we go. So, thank you for watching again, and like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that stuff. There's a couple of people that have been asking if they can be pinned on my comment section. I'm not certified by YouTube yet, because I don't have a phone, so I can't do the QR code thing. It's like a 6-minute, whatever, or 6-second video. So as soon as I get certified the long way, I will be pinning your comments. Don't worry. Again, my Instagram, MarvelOscar307. Go follow. Come chat. Anytime. I answer all DMs. So I will see you guys in the next one.